Hey guys, this is C here. Just wanted to take a minute to go over our week 12. What? Halfway through, guys. New grammar for this week. So we start off with geography like we usually do. And geography is a little difficult this week because the mountains are like all together. So I found this really awesome map on CC Connected, and it does a really good job of defining where the different mountains are. It's by, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, and I apologize if I'm not, Tierney tribe, something like that. She has awesome maps on there. We use them every week to put up on our memory work wall. And this one does a really good job of showing exactly where the different mountains are. And I actually saw a thread from Erin, who's the one who's made these maps, where she talked about all the research she did on trying to figure out where these were. So this is actually really accurate. But what I did is I had some different colored dry erase markers, and we colored in each of the different sections of marker. And then one of my fellow tutors had the idea to write the word Great Valley all the way down through the Great Valley, and then using the letters from Valley to write in where the mountains were, because they kind of line up if you write it correctly. They kind of line up with the different mountain ranges that we're learning. So, for example, the Y in Great Valley is towards the end there, and she wrote Smoky because it's really close to the end of the Smoky Mountains right there, because the Smoky Mountains are kind of down towards the end. And then the L, the first L ended up being right on top of Mount Mitchell, so we used that. And then the Blue Ridge Mountains also used one of the L's. I'm trying to think of the other one. On Cumberland, the E, we used the E for the Cumberland Mountains. So it kind of laid them out a little bit close to where they were. My kids, they with their markers, they're just not fine enough tip on their small maps that we were using to really write them in. So I kind of did it for them, but they did color everything in to identify where they were. So then we moved on and we did science. So for science this week, it's so awesome for hand motions. So the 4 different purposes of blood, or major purposes of blood, are transportation, so driving, or you can, do like this if you're a low rider. Protection, we held up a shield. And then we had communication, so we pretended we were talking on the phone. And then temperature regulation, acting like you're too hot, you're flushed. So again, transportation, protection, communication, temperature regulation. So we went through all of those, and then I just kind of played, I just would randomly call out one. They had to quickly do the motion for it, and I started calling them out faster and faster, and they moved from motion to motion. Then we moved on to Latin, so we're finally learning our Latin all together now, which is great. So on my board, which I don't usually show, but on my board, I wrote the corresponding words from Latin to English. I wrote them in coordinating colors. So, for instance, verbum and word were both in a dark green, just to kind of help the kids match those up in their head. And I also took the opportunity to point out to them that we don't have the, just like we learned with our rules, was it last week or the week before? So there's no the translation, so we don't have a word for that. So I'm going to do hand motions with my kids for a lot of this, the ones that I can think of, just to help them as they're going back and forth. And we're also learning a song. You can find it on iTunes. It's called King Things, and I'm not sure if they're CC people or not, but they have like all the CC scriptures, and their songs are super catchy. So we've been listening to it all semester, and I just turn it on because I like it. So call me nerdy, but I like listening to Latin when it's to a good tune. So I'll show you the hand motions, and then I will sing just a little bit of the song so you can kind of get an idea what it sounds like. So I'm going to adjust this really fast so you can see my hand motions a little better. Okay, so I did in, and then for beginning, or principio, I kind of took my hand way over here, like the very beginning, principio, erat, and so I did was, I just kind of came over like that. And then word, we've been doing word in our main assembly like this, like word. I don't know why. That's what the dad leading it is doing. So it's really, it's so much fun to do because it's like throwing gangs. I'm like, word. So words, that's what my kids have known. So in principio erat verbum. All right, so, and then the song goes, in principio erat verbum. And then the English goes, in the beginning was the word. And then it continues on from there. So definitely go and download that song just for your own use. You don't have to use it in the classroom, but for your own use, it's a really good, catchy tune. I've found myself like surprised at how much I can sing and remember of the Latin, and just listening to it, not really practicing, just having it on. So, okay, so then we went on to our regular verb tenses today for English, and we had to sit, and I lined up 6 chairs, and the kids had to like jump to kind of down the chairs. So we just jumped down the line. So we go to sit, 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 set, sitting, set. So they would hop down the line of chairs, and we just took turns doing that, going around. We let everybody do it a couple of times. So we got through it quite a few times today, but they had fun with that. I worked out yesterday and was really sore. So when I demonstrated that for them, it was so painful. Sorry. I'm so out of shape. It's not even funny. But anyway, trying to jump and sit, it was a good little workout there for my poor little overtired muscles. So anyway, then we went and did history. So for history, I replaced some of the words with funny words, and they had to sing the right words, but it was just kind of a fun, different way to do it. I've done erasing words, I've done drawing in pictures, and so this was just another way. So I replaced Robert E. Lee with Rumpelstiltskin. I tried to keep them similar syllables, or starting with the same word, so that they gave you a trigger as to what they were supposed to say, but was something really ridiculous. So again, General Rumpelstiltskin, and then instead of surrendered, I said sneezed, and then instead of Ulysses S. Grant, I did Uncle Silly Pants, and then the reason I told them that I was doing silly words is because Appomattox is just a weird word, and so I figured we should just have lots of weird words in there. So I didn't replace Appomattox because that's weird enough in itself, and then I replaced Virginia with Narnia, which they all thought was really great. So we sang through it, and then we went through, and I replaced a different word every time, so we got through it about 6 times, I believe. Then we did math, and so math is really easy to the tune of Happy Birthday. So we have 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons equals 1 fluid ounce. So we went through, and then I erased parts of it up on the board, and they all thought they were really smart until I erased all of it, and they had to sing it all by themselves, which they did, so that was good. Then the last thing we have was our timeline. So for timeline, I start with Genghis Khan. So we make your G, and it's kind of a slow part, so everything's very, like, the motions are all over force. So Genghis Khan rules the Mongols. I always want to say Congo. Do you guys ever want to say Congo? I don't know why, but that's just what comes out sometimes. I have to remind myself that it's the Mongols. England's, so they do a shake like this. England's, then Magna Carta. Okay. Ottoman, just draw a big O. Ottoman Empire. Marco Polo's journey to, and China, you go from shoulder to shoulder, and then you touch your hip. You can't see that on here. So shoulder, shoulder, hip. That's the sign for China. And then the 100 Years' War and Black Death. And of course, all my kids like to go Black Death and literally choke themselves. And Black Death, the Renaissance, goes up under your hand like this. And then again, China's Ming Dynasty. So that was what we did for new grammar. We put our bodies together today, which was really awesome, and they looked great and super cute. It was so much fun to see them all up in the gym. And for fine arts, we played a game. If you're a tutor or a parent, you can print that has a CC Connected account. You can print this off. I don't remember which username, but if you just go and look at fine arts and put in game, several games will come up for music. So basically, I don't think any of these put together because we just kind of shoved them, but it has a symbol. So we would have like forte, and then I can't find, and then here's the word. So then it has forte. So it has all of those. It's got legato, staccato, eighth note, quarter rest. It's got all of the stuff that we've covered in there. It's huge. It's like 48 cards. Is that right? 48 cards, 12 pages of 4. Yeah, 48 cards. So 48 cards. It took us a little while to get through them first, because especially the first few, because we, obviously didn't know, but we played a matching game. The kids thought that was really fun. So anyway, yeah, that's what we did for today. It was so much fun. I can't believe that I'm not going to see you guys till January. But hopefully we will be hanging out and getting together sometime between now and then just for fun. But I hope you guys all have an awesome break. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Have a Merry Christmas. And we will see you back in January next year. Crazy. All right, guys, have an awesome break. I'll talk to you later. Bye.